Geometry students. This is the foldable on dilations, and it should be going into, I believe, page 29 of your composition book. Okay, let's fill out the blanks very quickly. A dilation is a transformation that changes the size, but not the shape. Dilation maintains orientation. It doesn't tilt, it just stays the same, but are not congruent. Scale factor. When you see the scale factor in a problem, I want you to circle it. And the scale factor is the image over the pre-image. Okay, this is very, very key right here. In fact, I'm going to highlight it. Okay, scale factor is greater than 1. It produces an enlargement. It gets bigger. Or the scale factor is less than 1. It produces a reduction. It gets smaller. A scale factor equal to 1 means it stays the same. It's congruent. All right, keep in mind all these vocabulary terms when we're talking about dilation. The dilation rule that comes straight from your transformation rules sheet, it's at the very bottom. Says that xy becomes k times x, comma, k times y. So for an example of how this works, square JKLM is graphed on a coordinate plane. Point J is located at -1, 7. So we're going to put -1, 7 is my x and my y. And the k is the scale factor. Okay, obviously scale factor does not start with k. The k just stands for scale factor. And so the scale factor in this problem is 4. Circle it. That's what you're going to use to multiply everything in the problem. So if I have -1, 7, then I'm going to say that 4 times -1 is my new x, and 4 times my 7 is my new y. So point J will be located at 4 times -1, which is -4, and 4 times 7, which is 28. Is this an enlargement or a reduction? It's an enlargement because 4 is my scale factor and it is greater than 1. It's an enlargement. Let's look at our points that we are going to graph for this next problem. It's right there in the middle of the foldable. Okay, yours may or may not have lines. It depended on when they were copied, earlier or later in the day. So we're just going to make do with what we have. We're okay though. You can kind of see the lines faintly. If you don't have the lines, make the little tick marks like this. You don't have to put numbers. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A. B is at 0, 3. I start at 0, 0. X does not go anywhere. So then I go down 3. 1, 2, 3. That's B. C is at -4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here's C. And I'm going to use my ruler. Connect on my sides. Now I'm going to make or find my points for the primes. All right. So my scale factor is 1/2. Is that less than or more than 1? It is less than 1. So I predict that my triangle that is prime will be smaller because it will reduce. It's less than 1. Here I'm going to need my calculator to find my answers, and I'm going to put it into the calculator. 4 times 1/2 is 2. 4 times 1/2 is 2. My first A was 4, 4. My A prime is now 2, 2. B, 0 times 1/2 is 0. -3 times 1/2 is -1.5 when you put it into the calculator. -4 times 1/2 is -2. And 5 times 1/2 is 2.5 when you put it into the calculator. If you need any help with how to put fractions into the calculator, please get with Miss Anderson or another teacher to help you remember how to do that. Now we can go ahead and graph. 2, 2 is A prime. 0, -1.5 is right here. We're going to go 0, 0. 0 doesn't go anywhere on the X, and then Y goes down 1.5, and that's my B prime. C is -2 and up 2.5, 1, 2, and then halfway between 2 and 3 is my C prime. And then I'm going to go put these points together. And one of the interesting things about dilation is that these sides are parallel, these sides are parallel to each other, these sides are parallel to each other, and they all are about the origin, that is the center of dilation. Let's finish. We're not going to do the circle to the right, but we will finish off with this one. At the bottom, it's polygon QRST. The scale factor is 8/3. And what it is saying is that it wants the length of segment S prime T prime. So ST is right here. Now we want the new S and the new T when we use the scale factor 8/3. So we're going to take 9.1 and we're going to multiply it times 8/3. You put that in the calculator, and for time purposes, I'm going to give you the answer, 24.26667 or something like that. Okay, we are going to ask you to round to the nearest tenth. The tenth is right here. We're going to look at the number right next to it, which is the 6. The 6 is more than 5. It has to be 5 or more. That means that the 2 changes to a 3. And our answer is 24.3 centimeters. We are going to be doing a lot of rounding to the nearest tenth. So we will go over that with some of you who may need to review. That is the end of this video. Thank you for watching.